It's 8 o'clock, and every Friday at 8, Case, who is 26 years old, before we started this a year ago, he hadn't seen any movies except for Boys in the Hood and Norbit.
Those are the only two.
Now he's seen things like Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption, the list goes on. And so we get into it right now. So, Irish movie, St. Patrick's Day. My first one was The Departed. But boy, if people come up to me, got in my face during the broadcast here about Boondock Saints, about Far and Away.
So my problem is I got this movie mixed up. I thought it was one also with Leonardo DiCaprio where the gangs they're not getting along in New York.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Yes. Someone called that Gangs of New York.
Yes. Oh, perfect title.
That's
what I thought he was watching. And I have all this stuff on it.
That's Kenzie's review of Gangs of New York. These gangs don't like each other in New York.
The ones that are fighting, they're like not getting along at all.
Great movie, by the way, but here we go. So Case watched The Departed yesterday. I will note before we get into it, it's his dad's favorite movie.
That's right.
And he's been a disappointment to his dad for not seeing the movie, so we'll see.
Amongst other things. Thank you. Self-awareness.
Here we go with that. But let's get into it. Case's movie review. Let's go.
For Christ's sake, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and we will be open for business.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
Utah. Give me 2.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt. Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
Now fry like bacon, you little freshman piggies! Fry! Fry!
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
All right, here we go. And by the way, last night on BBC Channel, they had Point Break into Roadhouse.
And you texted me after Point Break was over. And so I put on Roadhouse, and my girlfriend goes, "What is this, Point Break?" And I go, "No, that was just on."
Goes now in the pantheon of the movie reviews because Case is now seeing Roadhouse and Point Break very high. So Case, this Irish movie, The Departed.
Tell me what it's about.
Tell us what it's about. What was your review of it?
So Tom and Gurney texted. He made the prediction that this would be my favorite movie that I've watched over the last year. And Tom and Gurney, I have to tell you, you are 100% correct.
Wow.
The Departed is like the 95-96 Bulls. You look at that roster, and it's unbelievable. You got Leo as Jordan. You've got Damon as Pippen. Jack Nicholson, in so many ways, is Dennis Rodman in this movie.
I thought you were going to say Phil Jackson.
No. He is not Phil Jackson. He is Dennis Rodman. Baldwin's Luke Longley. It's an unbelievable tour de force of casting mixed in with the story. And it was so exciting because I obviously know this movie has such a great reputation, but I truly knew nothing about this movie. And so putting it together in real time, spoilers ahead, that Leo was an informant and Damon was the rat. It took me about a half hour to put that together.
Damn it, Case. Now I can't watch it.
No. It's okay, Kenzie.
Trust me, it's a double, triple watch.
It's
fine.
Once I put that together, this movie's like an avalanche. It just builds and builds and builds towards the finish. And of course, the conclusion of this movie is one of the most shocking things I have ever seen. Everybody in this movie kills it. We talked last week about how Hoosiers was nothing but a town filled with rude people. I have no critiques, no notes for a movie like The Departed. Brian, I gotta say, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Wow. And also, what I was going to say is the movie's 3 hours long.
Yeah,
it is.
So I thought Case's first open was going to be, well, it was too long.
What was I going to say?
Yeah, it was too long.
It's too long, and you should have bought an antenna.
So I thought you were going to just take the time to argue about that it's too long and didn't move enough. But this movie, I agree with you 100%. It's one of the best movies of all time.
No, because it's 3 hours long almost, but really, you can't take anything out of it. It all cascades into the story. The most boring scene in the movie is probably when they're in the porno theater, which is just a bizarre scene on a number of levels.
The more you talk, the more I'm sure I haven't seen it.
But even the porno theater scene, that's one of the most important scenes in the movie. So even though it's a little slow, you can't get rid of it because it sort of sets up the next 90 minutes or so.
Yes.
I was doing some reading on this. Leonardo DiCaprio talked about how he wanted his character to feel like basically he was having a 24/7 panic attack. Mission accomplished.
No question.
I mean, this guy comes across so paranoid, so intense, and you get the feeling every time he's on the screen with Jack Nicholson that somebody is going to die. And Nicholson, let me just say, good actor.
Pretty good guy.
I had only seen him in The Shining, which of course is a movie that's too loud. There's too many sounds in The Shining.
Are you out of your mind?
The Departed, perfect volume. That is the way a movie should sound.
Let's take note of that. The Shining's a bad movie because it's too loud.
It's just grating. I felt sick to my stomach. It's like if you.
But that was the point.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
You weren't supposed to walk out like joyful.
The Departed, despite all of the violence and, murder and things like that, I gotta say I left this movie feeling really good. I wanted to watch this movie again right away.
It is an absolute must rewatch movie. I've probably seen it 40 times.
And I'm going to get to that point. I wanted to watch it immediately after I finished it. It was so good. So, we gotta talk about Alec Baldwin for a second. It's a shame he killed someone by accident. Because it really colors the way that we all now think of Alec Baldwin. And all I could think during this movie was, God, I wish Baldwin was on the screen more.
Listen.
Like, he brings it in every scene.
I'm gonna have a smoke right now. You want to smoke? You don't smoke, do you? Right? What do you want, all those fitness freaks, huh?
It's just because
It's
we
a
can't
complicated legacy.
It's much like O.J. Simpson, complicated legacy. We
Right.
can't talk about Alec Baldwin with the fact that he did kill someone, and that is a bummer because he did not mean to.
He didn't mean to. Well, every actor, not to take your review here, but
No, please.
when you watch the movie, it couldn't have been any other person in those roles. They picked
Yes.
exactly the right people for every role.
Now they initially wanted Brad Pitt to play the Matt Damon character.
Wow.
And the Pitster stepped down and said, I think you need somebody younger for this role, insert Matt Damon. And I guess we can kind of close out with this. I won't give away what the exact ending of the movie is in case you've never seen it. But the last 15 minutes of this movie was not only edge of the seat, I started standing up in my living room because I truly did not know what was going to happen next. And
Boy, did you look insane, huh?
You have no idea. So I thought the movie.
Did Alec Baldwin kill somebody?
And you should have got a nicer antenna. I thought the movie was going to end with the message being that guys like Matt Damon and his character in the movie, they're always one step ahead. They always win. You just can't get one over on these guys. And boy, was I wrong. It took a turn in the last 30 seconds that I did not see coming.
It's the best plot twist movie of all time.
I would agree with that. I haven't seen a better plot twist in my movie viewing experience.
Well, wait till you see Shutter Island, bitch.
Which also has Leo in it.
I know, he just loves to surprise you.
It is one
It's
of the,
like his thing.
It is one of the biggest tragedies of movie history that he didn't win Best Actor for this movie. The movie won Best Picture.
Or I think ever, actually.
He never gets one, yeah. But
Which is unbelievable.
But the way he did this role, it was the most ridiculous acting job ever. And everybody killed it, too. Everybody should have won an award. So what are you going to rate this movie on?
Out of Funky Bunches, because I think Mark Wahlberg steals the movie.
I'm so happy I'm caught up on that now.
I think this is 9.5 Funky Bunches out of 10.
Wow!
The only things in contention over the last year, Shawshank and Pulp Fiction I would have as 10 out of 10s, but man, there's something about The Departed that I just love. This is immediately entering my pantheon as one of my favorite movies of all time. A strong 9.5 Funky Bunches out of 10. Thank you, Mark Wahlberg.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe f*** yourself.